Hi, my name is Lee and this is my second assignment. My research topic is the impacts of teachers' teaching methods in English interpreting and translation and learners' learning outcomes. In the context of English, of a division of English interpreting and translation, the University of Languages and International Studies, Vietnam National University. The discussion about the problem or issues that the students in this research, they are from either both third year, fourth year students, and after graduation, they're expected to have professional interpreting and translation work. But in the curricula and also in the program, we teachers and their students have to cope with a very heavy workload, and the teachers have to are expected to answer all the exercises, and the teachers themselves are expected to memorize and do well on the test. So because I have done many interpreting and translation work, so I think that it requires more than just book theories. It requires hands-on experience and also practical knowledge in order to do the work well. So because in this context, I witnessed that there are many teachers, they just focus on the book, rarely touch on hands-on experience. So I wonder, what if one teacher just focus on the book and one teacher focus on hands-on experience? So do their teaching methods have any impacts on learners' learning outcomes? Of course, teachers or students have different learning strategies, but are there any impacts? So therefore, in this innovation, I have one research question. What are the impacts of teachers' teaching methods on students' learning outcomes in the context of English interpreting and translation, ULIS VNU? And there are two sub-questions. What are the positive impacts and what are the negative impacts? I don't just want to impose on the good points. I also want to emphasize on the drawbacks so that we can work more on the drawbacks and fix the situation. There are 5 critical journals I employ in this one. The first one is by Phan Hà Lê, University Classrooms in Vietnam Contesting the Stereotypes. Number 2 is DAC, with the same issues that teachers are expected to be the role models in the class. They're expected to follow strictly the curricula and give students what is written in the book. And number 3 is about the communities of practice by Wenger in 2008. By creating this innovation, I expected that I myself be the pioneer in this research, and also other students, other teachers will see the impacts of this one and change their teaching methods and also change their teaching approaches in order to adapt to the real environment and also to cater the needs of the students themselves. Because we are all young lecturers in this university, so we have the same interests, we have a shared common knowledge, so I expected to have a community of practice in this one. And also number 4 is about helping Vietnamese university learners to become more autonomous. I wanted to see that if, because many students of mine, they just read and then they listen to teachers and note down, they rarely ask questions, or they pose any questions or requirements or demands for the teachers. So I want to see that whether I can boost their autonomy or not. Number 5 is about my vicars and myself. This is, I want to see on the ethics of research. I don't want to violate anything. I want to keep my participants safe and protected. And also, next one is the importance of English. Then in the recent 5 years or 10 years, I witnessed that the importance of English in the learning environment and also the academic performances of many students. English has been put under very good strong emphasis that and many students and the parents expect them to nail in English. Why is that? Because it's now become an international language. The research gap is the link between teachers' teaching methods and learners' learning outcome in the context of interpreting and translation remain untouched. I see many research has been done on the 4 skills of English, how students improve their listening skills or writing skills, but then what about English interpreting and translation? And see, none has been done about it. That's why I want to be the pioneer in this field. And other benefits, of course, both students and lecturers, as well as the researcher myself. For the lecturers, they can change the, if there's a good impact, they leverage that is there any negative impacts, they try to fix that, and the students, they should be more active, or any good points, any bad points, and if what do they need to in order to have a real job after graduation. And for the researcher myself, I want to be the first pioneer in this field, and I expected that others will see this research gap, and also they will do more in order to see what it really takes to be excel in English interpreting and translation. Next one is research setting and cultural aspects of your innovation. This one has been done in the University of Languages and International Studies in the Division of English Interpreting and Translation. It's been done in third year and fourth year students, 3 of them at the age of 21 and 22 years old, and then 2 lecturers at the age of 25 and 40 years old. Why is that the 25 just have 2-year experience and 40 have more than that? So what are their perceptions, and are there any discrepancies? And the gender just randomly selected. And the learners themselves, 3 of them, they're English majored, expected to achieve B2 or C1 CFR. Special features, they have interest in English interpreting and translation. And also their scores have been done earlier, so has been corrected earlier, so there's no changes if they answer questions. Methodology, methods, data collection and data analysis. I decided to employ mixed qualitative and quantitative. I employ questionnaires and interviews and possibly observation. According to Sinoco in 2012, questionnaires are high representatives of target population, low economic cost, convenient data gathering, statistically significant results, and there's no bias, and quantifiable results. And the interview is conversation. This is about semi-structured interviews. Dig deeper into the research question, allow the interviewees to express and clarify their opinions. And about the procedure of data collection, there are 3 phases. The first one is designing questions, semi-structured interviews, and interviews based on applied personal information. Participation will be kept, and solely for the purposes of the research. And after the questionnaires have been done, then the semi-structured interview will be conducted in order to dig deeper into the research questions. Phase number 2 is information was used as an input for the questionnaires, and after processing noteworthy points they may create it and it distributed to the participants, and the results of the interviews will reveal the actual impacts. Yes. Sorry. And number 3, both questionnaires and semi-structured interview has been collected, and information will be in the data analysis process, and interviews and questionnaires are successfully conducted thanks to the willingness of the teachers and so the students. The ethics procedure is carried out synonymously with 2 teachers in the division. Secondly, the collected and recorded answers from them, from both questionnaires and semi-structured, will be treated with complete confidentiality and exploited for this sole research with correspondence permission. Research participants can ask for a copy of a response with an agreement from the researcher. And lastly, in terms of personal privacy and confidentiality, information about and related to the participants will be on condition of anonymity. In all papers, the names will be under pseudonyms, and likewise, no third parties will be given any rights whatsoever to access the data given by the participants without agreement. Yes, and about the conclusion, the aims is that I want to find out the positive and negative impacts of teachers' teaching methods on students' learning outcomes. And expectation is that small research will be done on these fields rather than on the 4 skills of English. And the teachers will change their teaching methods and be the real interpreters in order to have the real and practical learning teaching experiences. And the limitations due to time, and only me doing this one in about 3 weeks, time and human resources, I think that on human resources, so I think that much will be done in this field with more researchers and with a team of researchers, or have financial investment. So I think this one will be much better conducted. And these are the references I use in this research. Thank you very much for listening. Honestly, this is a very long research and it's just been talked and presented in 10 minutes. So please give me feedbacks. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.